Hey everyone, I'm really glad to have wrapped up coverage on all of the transit in Northern California. While I plan videos that are outside of NorCal and even the state, I want to shift my attention to updates on many TOD projects in the South Bay, even those that I haven't talked about in any of my videos. Some are in the planning stage, some are well under construction, and some are almost done. So let's take a look at the future urban fabric of Silicon Valley. With single-family housing comprising 94% of residential land, it's no secret that San Jose is a product of suburban sprawl. To correct this and to further urbanize and create a more inclusive and walkable city, San Jose is implementing a strategy putting mixed-use housing next to transit stations, doing its best to limit the use of cars. I'll only be focusing on developments near rail stations like those serving Caltrain and VTA, but it is important to remember that TOD can also be near bus stops as well. I'll also be covering other cities in the South Bay as well, such as Sunnyvale, to give you all a bigger picture. First, let's start off with some developments in West San Jose. Alright, Bascom Station. We're gonna call this Big Daddy. Just minutes walking from the VTA Green Line Bascom Station is a massive area transformation. What used to be a decaying strip mall is now going to be a multi-use development with 590 residential units and 230,000 square feet of medical office space. The residential part, the Maxwell apartments, are already complete and tenants should be moving in here pretty soon. If you can shell out just under $3,000 a month for a 445 square foot studio, yes, a studio, you too can overlook majestic Bascom Avenue. I know. It's hard to believe you're not in the heart of Paris overlooking the Champs-Élysées. The development, though, couldn't be more perfectly integrated with the light rail platform, as it's right there and there's a plaza right by the station entrance. Truly a work of art. The medical office here will serve Santa Clara County Valley Health patients and is a surprisingly tall 10 stories. Considering that this is the area you're in, 10 stories is a damn skyscraper. Moving on over north on the Green Line, we have some projects that are directly on the light rail corridor in between the Diridon and Race stations. These developments are all affordable housing and located on West San Carlos Street in a rapidly developing area west of downtown San Jose. Madrone Place on San Carlos is well under construction, with 154 affordable units taking the spot of an abandoned storage shed. Across the street, Mariposa Place will open up in summer of 2025, comprising of 80 affordable units of housing. On another lot, a larger project has yet to take off. 860 San Carlos was originally supposed to consist of all market rate housing, but now it's going to be all affordable and a massive 272 units and 12 stories. Not bad for an area that was at one point a transition between industrial and residential. But I do want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on developments that rent to those below a certain income? Do you believe developments like these at San Carlos are an important step to solving the housing crisis? Please let me know your thoughts down below, and I would love to have a healthy and productive discussion. Now onto the Blue Line. We're here at the intermodal Tamien station. Served by both the newly electrified Caltrain system and VTA, this next development will connect residents to all over San Jose. Welcome to creatively named Tamien Station. Currently slated to open up in fall of 2025, 555 units, 135 of them affordable, will be available to residents just south of downtown San Jose. While it's not mixed use, I do think this is a cohesive development that blends the community quite well, especially with the other apartments across the street and the Skyline apartments just south of it. There's also a really massive park right across the street. It's a pretty massive W of a development that will lead to a great increase in ridership. You look at Eastside San Jose, and if you're from here like I am, you don't really think of neighborhoods here as being urban. Thankfully, empty patches of land that were once orchards are going to turn into affordable communities that will enable people of various incomes to call a place home. Let's start off right at the orange line at VTA's Berryessa station. Not the BART station, the Berryessa one. I know it's confusing. What originally was supposed to turn into a daycare facility is now going to be a 5-story, 130-unit affordable housing complex. This is the urbanist equivalent of ordering a hash brown at McDonald's and getting an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet or like a Korean barbecue. I mean, this is wild. This project is basically replacing one single family home and is probably the best use of space I could think for this land, right across the street from a station platform. Construction right now is very preliminary, with the early stages of demo work being done. As of January 2025, there is no construction timeline just yet, but I'll probably update you guys just intermittently. Going south on the Orange Line around Penitentiary Creek Station, some townhomes built by the Ascend Company are expected to open up in early 2025. I swung by to check out on the progress of these, and a couple of buildings look nearly complete, while others are just getting started with foundation work. Near McKee Station, 525 Capitol Avenue is another affordable housing complex that will soon start construction with 160 units. This will finally fill in that empty lot and will greatly complement these newer units behind that site on Gemelli Way. It's already in a very developed community with even a new city park located right in the middle of the action. And I will say that this TOD near McKee Station will probably be the best that the East Side has to offer for right now because of the neighborhood cohesion, the city park, and the shopping center across the street. And I hope that the rest of East Side San Jose can follow this formula. Moving on over to the Central 1st Street corridor of the light rail, my favorite light rail corridor of all time, we have a spot just south of Japantown and Ayer Station. Welcome to Kelsey on Ayer. This apartment complex opened up just last year in 2024 and is a mixed income community with 115 units, just a few blocks south of Ayer Station and an easy bike ride away from the city's historic Japantown. It's super easy to see why the spot is super desirable. Alright, so let's shift our gears to some developments that are outside of San Jose for a second. First off, in Sunnyvale near the Lawrence Caltrain station, we will see 2 mixed-use 7-story buildings with 280 units north of the platforms at Sonora Court. These will be a great addition to the already busy and densifying neighborhood around the station, with the 140 units at the terraces and the 5-story Heartwood apartments right by Lawrence Station too. Not to mention the tons of townhomes and apartments south of the station within walking distance, and that Costco that's always packed for no reason. Last but not least, we head up the Caltrain corridor to Palo Alto, specifically California Avenue, to show you a Titan project, bringing around 400 units, 400 homes between 2 towers, the tallest being 17 stories tall. Yes, in Palo Alto of all places. This project is very far out in the pipeline, and the draft environmental impact report has just started, so expect this to be done in like the 2030s. The project, if approved, would replace the 1-story Molly Stone's market, but fear not, it's not going away. This market would be integrated into the development as the ground level retailer. Also, what surprised me is that 20% of the units are to be affordable. This is the largest potential development by far covered in this video, and the fact that it's in notably NIMBY Palo Alto tells you that any city can build vertically. Let's just hope that it doesn't get downsized, because at the end of the day, this is Palo Alto we're dealing with. So that's my video on TOD updates in the South Bay. Let me know if you like content like this. I'll do updates sporadically on new developments across the whole Bay Area in future videos covering the East Bay, the Peninsula, SF, North Bay, etc. I will see you guys next time in a future video out of state. Let's just say what happened there stayed there. Cheers.